Have you ever noticed how difficult it is to get under the skin of someone who is deeply spiritual? It's like trying to make a mountain move with a feather. No matter what you say or do, they remain steady, grounded, and composed. Imagine how often they've been teased, criticized, or even called things like dancing clown. Yet none of this phases them. Their sense of calm and self-control runs so deep. It's as if they're wrapped in an invisible layer of resilience. Insults and negativity seem to bounce off of them. While they continue forward on their path of inner peace, they have a quiet strength that nothing from the outside world can disrupt. For most people, this kind of calm can be hard to imagine. Yet, there's a reason why spiritual people seem unshakable. They've taken the time to face the hardest battle of all, the battle within. In many ways, it's loneliness that shapes this kind of inner strength. Loneliness is a part of all of our lives. But when you're alone, truly alone, it forces you to confront your own struggles. You're faced with those uncomfortable parts of yourself that are easy to ignore when you're busy or distracted. It's in those quiet moments, when there's no one else around, that you begin to face your fears, insecurities, and past mistakes. At first, it's like staring into a dark mirror. You're almost forced to look at the things you'd rather hide. And that's hard, painful, even. But over time, as you face these demons head-on, you begin to chip away at them, little by little, day by day. Each victory over self-doubt, each triumph over fear and weakness, builds your resilience. It's like strengthening a muscle. As the battles continue, you learn how to hold your ground against even your toughest thoughts, and you grow stronger. This inner strength is what gives highly spiritual people their nerves of steel. Once they've conquered their own inner chaos, the external world doesn't have much power to disturb them. Insults, criticisms, misunderstandings, these things lose their sting because they no longer define them. Modern-day spiritual people, the ones with this deep sense of inner peace, aren't necessarily hiding away in monasteries or mountain retreats. They're not off meditating in far-off temples or tucked away in remote cabins, though it may seem that way. No, they're living among us in bustling cities, working everyday jobs, blending seamlessly into society like a chameleon. They're not drawing attention to themselves, they're quiet observers in the rush of life around them. There's a quiet confidence to them, a calm presence that feels unbreakable, even if you only notice it when you really look. And here's the thing, this ability to remain hidden in plain sight allows them to see and understand things most people miss. Because they're not the loudest voices in the room, people feel comfortable around them, letting their guard down. As they quietly watch, they're gathering insights into human nature, picking up on those little details that most of us overlook. They're not distracted by superficial appearances, they're looking for something deeper, something real. You might even say they have a kind of X-ray vision, seeing through the masks we all wear, understanding the true motivations behind people's words and actions. It's as though they have a secret power to see beyond what's said, beyond the surface, and into the heart of things. When you're with them, it can feel like they see right through you, as if they know your secrets without you even saying a word. It's not a judgmental feeling, rather, it's the sense of being deeply understood. To understand how they achieve this, think about meditation. For most people, meditation isn't easy at first. Even 5 minutes of sitting in silence can feel like an eternity, as endless thoughts begin to flood the mind. The restlessness, the anxiety, the urge to check your phone, all of these feelings make silence difficult. In much the same way, when people are suddenly faced with unexpected loneliness, it can feel overwhelming. There's a sense of desperation that comes with the silence, an urge to escape or fill the space with noise, activity, or even meaningless distractions. But for highly spiritual people, this experience is completely different. They've learned to find comfort in the silence, to see the emptiness as an opportunity for connection with themselves. They've transformed loneliness into something beautiful, something almost sacred. In the same way that meditation teaches you to calm your mind, they've mastered the art of calming their soul. They approach loneliness as an alchemist would approach raw metal. They know how to transform it, turning what others see as pain into something golden. They embrace solitude, finding in it a quiet joy, a sense of peace that many spend their whole lives searching for in external things. The wise Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "A home is a place where loneliness disappears." For a deeply spiritual person, that home isn't found in others or in material things, it's found within themselves. Ironically, they discovered that by being alone, they're never truly lonely. They build a home inside themselves, a space of peace, where solitude becomes a sanctuary rather than a prison. In this space, they find a connection to their own essence, to something bigger, something universal. Furthermore, as the actor Javier Bardem put it, it's easier to look at the other and recognize what drives us apart, rather than what brings us together. Spiritual people know this truth all too well. In a world where differences are highlighted, they have learned through introspection to recognize what unites us all, the deep, unspoken emotions that connect us as human beings. By spending so much time reflecting on their own feelings, they've developed a sensitivity to the emotions others carry, but may never express. They understand loneliness, fear, longing, and joy because they have spent time sitting with these emotions within themselves. This gives them an incredible advantage, both personally and professionally. On a personal level, they can offer comfort and understanding where others might overlook the need. They know how to connect with people on a deeper level, bypassing surface-level interactions to get to what really matters. People sense this genuine understanding and gravitate towards it, feeling safe to be themselves. In the professional world, this ability is invaluable. More than ever, people are seeking understanding and connection. Whether it's in choosing a service, a product, or even a friendship, we are naturally drawn to those who seem to get us. A highly spiritual person, with their ability to detect hidden pain points and needs, has a unique way of making others feel seen and valued. Their understanding acts as a bridge, turning differences into pathways for connection and creating a feeling of togetherness. In any setting, the journey of a spiritual person isn't just about self-awareness, it's about gaining clarity and confidence in who they are. Through solitude and introspection, they've come to know themselves deeply, giving them a sense of purpose and direction. This makes them refreshingly straightforward in their interactions. When you speak with them, there's no hesitation, no need for small talk or filler words. It's like watching a Netflix show and hitting the skip intro button. They go straight to the heart of the matter. Because they're so in tune with themselves, they're also decisive. When you ask them something, they respond clearly and directly. There's no second guessing, no guilt about saying no when they need to. They live by an old Spanish saying, "In the gift of asking is the virtue of not giving." They understand that just because someone asks for something doesn't mean they're obligated to give it. This clarity allows them to live authentically, making decisions that align with their values without the burden of guilt or people-pleasing. In the end, this mental clarity sets them apart. It's not that they don't care about others, they do deeply, but they know themselves well enough to set boundaries and live in a way that honors their own needs and principles. They act with honesty and integrity in every situation, no matter the challenge, because they're grounded in a strong sense of self. So if you're still with me, I'd love to hear what resonated with you. Have you had similar experiences with solitude? Or perhaps you're just starting this journey? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd be grateful to hear from you. As always, wishing you a beautiful day, full of peace and self-discovery.